Hey guys, it's Jason from Fit with Jay again with yet another video in my Introduction to Lifting series. Today we're going to be looking at the lat pull down. I'm going to use a wide grip for my demonstration today. So here we go. All right, so this is a reverse of the shoulder press, which I showed you in the last video. So let's do it. We've got this bar that has to clear our face and our head. First thing we do with all of our pulls, if you remember our row video, is shoulder blades down and back. Then the elbows follow to the floor, mashing our triceps against our lats and releasing. Getting that stretch, the shoulder blades go up, but before we pull again, shoulder blades back down and pull the elbows from a different angle. First thing, shoulder blades, elbows. Release, stretch, shoulder blades, elbows. Now we try and do it in one smooth movement. Something I see all the time is people at both ends of the spectrum with way too much weight or way too little weight on this machine. I'm going to address the concerns for both of those. Let's start with the too little weight. I see too many people pulling and doing that. They got an internal rotation at the shoulder, little tricep action. And that's just not right. If you're able to push down like that, then you have not enough weight. These are big muscles. These muscles that pull your arm down and back, the latissimus dorsi, they are huge and they have to pull a lot of weight. The muscles that do this are tiny. If you're doing this with the same weight that you can do this with, then you've severely underestimated how much weight you should be moving. Another thing is, with any compound movement, where your shoulder and your elbow are both bending, but the force and the tension is at a muscle that affects the shoulder. In this case, it's the lat pulling the upper arm down. The forearm should be pointing in the direction of resistance. So you pull down, this should be loose. The only thing is you're holding the grip. That's the only thing tight there. If you get to this, well now, forearm's pointing this way, resistance is pointing that way, that's a good sign you're doing something wrong. Lats only affect the upper arm. They pull the upper arm. There's a little bit external rotation that they would do because they attach the back of the arm, but that's just a stronger indicator that if you're going forward, you're not doing something right. So remember, if you've been pulling down in front like this, that's not enough weight. It should be like a chin-up. This bar should come to your clavicle. Your elbows should go to the ground. If you're just sitting there banging out a whole bunch of these, then I assure you, you're not training the muscles that you want to be. Now, let's address the other end of the spectrum. There's a bunch of people in the gym doing this with way too much weight. You see this all the time. Let's put a whole bunch of weight on here. They're in there. Their knees are pretty loose. I can tell because as they release, their butt comes up and they drop their entire weight down to start. Up and down. Sometimes they even add they drop their weight and then they extend at their hips and they yank that bar down. So they're up in the air, down, boom, boom, boom. So what's the problem there? Well, if their butt comes off the pad, off the seat, then they're using their body weight to build momentum, to pull that bar first. So their body weight pulls the bar, pulls the weight. Then they crank back and they lean back again, causing movement in the stack, in the weight stack, but haven't even contracted their lats yet. And then they start pulling. They built up all this momentum, and then they start pulling with their lats. The contraction and the movement should be initiated with the lats. So even with a full stack, you should be on the seat, planted, not moving at all. Make sure the knee pad is in the right place. Pull. If you can't do it just like that, you've got way too much weight on there. If you need to yank it, too much weight on there. You may think, oh, I'm moving so much weight. Yeah, you're cheating that weight up. Now, leaning back is not a bad thing. If it's controlled and you're trying to work a specific part of your back, it's okay to lean back. It's just not okay to yank it back. Let me give you a proper example of that. All right, so I like to lean forward at the top, get as much of a stretch in my lats as possible, and then I lean back and pull. Get that stretch. Of course, we're still leading with the shoulder blades. So let's go through the checklist of doing it properly. Make sure your butt is firmly on the seat and never moves. Initiate the movement by pulling your shoulder blades down and back first, then follow with the elbows. Elbows toward the floor. Number 3, a nice slow negative and get a nice stretch at the top, and you'll be feeling those lats. If you're trying to use this exercise to work your way up to a chin up or a pull up, do what I'm saying. Yanking and using your body weight to yank the bar down is not going to accomplish anything. So there's another video for you in the Introduction to Lifting series. I'm Jason, Fit with Jay. We'll see you later.